and no one will cut. But I have to say to you, since we have exhausted all remedies within the party, let me say to you all, I have resolved, and the entire membership of the Psalm 28, and my people that are with me nationwide, that we shall proceed to the PPRC to seek remedy. We shall proceed. As I stand here, we have already tendered our documents, and they are with the PPRC, and we are waiting for them to invite us to go in. But if APC can't give me a card today, I will talk to kids don't know. Let the best man win. Who that get value, they get value. 2 shillings and 1 pound not to the same. 2 shillings and 1 pound not to the same. What I have to deliver to the APC will not plenty. But I assure you, we are Chinese people from Kono land. You further into the issue of court. As you can see, I'd already concluded that as if it's going to end there. I have to say to you that I will stop at nothing to make sure justice is done. Not for me alone, but for everyone. You agree with me, as I've mentioned, and you were a close follower of me in those challenging times, that I worked assiduously to restore the dignity and respect of the Constitution of Sierra Leone. I shall not tire. I shall not relent. I will make sure that justice is done to everyone, not only for me, but for everyone as members of the party. Thank you. This is not the time to be afraid. This is not the time to go and say, Sumana not qualified. When I was removed from office, I never took the APC party to court. I took the government of Sierra Leone to court. Why? Because you gave me the mandate and President Nkrumah in 2007 to govern this country under the sacred document of the Constitution, and which I took the oath of office to uphold and maintain the dignity of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, so help me Allah. So I had to do that. I had to do that to go to court and protect the Constitution of Sierra Leone, the integrity of the Constitution of Sierra Leone. When I did that, there was no fair judgment here. I said, I have given up my life for myself. My life is for the people of this nation, and I shall pursue it. When I did, and I was able to seek redress at the ECOWAS court and brought back justice to this nation, to which today the Constitution of Sierra Leone, nobody will ever tamper with it and do what they did to me again. We have done that. And when they said to me that I had left the APC, some of them, they talk saying I left APC, I go for a party. I'll say this in Creole, right to the camera. I not left APC, now drep them in drep me. I never left the APC. They kicked me out of my father's house. They kicked me out of Usai Nebu plants. I never formed a party. I was not the founder of the Coalition for Change. Coalition for Change, not to be formed party, C4C. Now other people then form. And then my people of Kono land decided that you have to come and lead your party. Because the C4C was the resurrection of the Kono progressive movement from Tabasongo Mbriwa. And we did what we did. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, let's remember the width of Shaka province service is arithmetic. to make APC to win, he had to go to the east to carve out Kono from the rest of the southeast. And we did that, and he won in the 1967 elections. He ran until he gave it to President Joseph Saidu Momo for the incident that took place. And after the civil strife, the senseless war, we came back. In 1996, APC lost because of the lack of the proper strategy or formula that was initiated by Shaka Province Stevens. In 2002, it lost again. In 2007, APC under Dr. Ernest Baikroma went back to the drawing table and I readopted the Shaka Stevens strategy, and we won in 2007. With a repeat of that in 2012, we won again without no runoff. And then we reneged on that in the APC, and we lost in 2018. We repeated that again in 2023. We lost. So dear fellow comrades of the APC, this is a time of reckoning. This is the time of realization that we need to come back to the drawing table and do what is best. Every vote counts. Every vote counts to make us to win the elections, irrespective of ethnicity and irrespective of region. This is the time for the APC to nationalize the party, that it cannot be some people's party, it has to be all people's party.
Program is designed to be a press conference.
Honorable Vice President, former Vice President, in your presentation, you made a reference to Section 56B of the APC Constitution, which discriminates and contravenes the 1991 Constitution. My concern here, we all know when political parties draft their constitution, these constitutions are gazetted before being adopted. If you have concerns of this before this time, why not raise objections before this constitution was gazetted initially? Why not raise objection, and why now? Don't you think you are fighting a losing battle for the fact that the constitution has been gazetted? That's one. Secondly, there was this issue about your unlawful dismissal, even though the Supreme Court had their own interpretation about the law. And you took the matter to the Supreme Court, and at the end of the day, you were forced to take the matter again to the ECOWAS court. You took the matter to the ECOWAS court, and at the ECOWAS court, a decision was arrived, a ruling was made in your favor. And as we speak, irrespective of the fact that the ECOWAS court took a decision on your favor, the government of Sierra Leone did not go by those decisions as we speak. Now you have plans to take this matter to the PPRC, and you and I know the way institutions in this country operate. There are political interferences, and most of these institutions they are governed by orders from above. What if you go to the PPRC and again you are denying of your rights about the concerns raised about the discrimination clause in the APC Constitution? What will be your last option?
Thank you very much. This question will be answered by one of the legal.
It's a very question. It's a very critical question with a legal background. So,
thank you very much.
A legal practitioner is about to answer Sati's question.
Or seem to be very legal in its nature. So, because it is legal, I'll provide a basis, and I'll situate my answer in the context of legality. You referenced Section 56B of the APC's 2022 Constitution. Now, in answer to that, I will refer you to Section 171(15) of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, Act Number 6 of 1991. The import and spirit of that particular provision is such that the Constitution of Sierra Leone, its provisions are superior and supreme to any other other law, inclusive the APC's constitution. So any other constitution is a subsidiary of the national constitution. The provision further states that the constitution remains the groundnum. What is the groundnum? It is the highest law of the land. Any law that contravenes or that is inconsistent with the provisions of the national law is, to the extent of that inconsistency, null and void. It is to the extent of such irregularity, if it is, a nullity. So in essence, when the APC makes laws, the party as a party reserves the right to make laws, no doubt, but when it makes its laws, it must be in sync with the national laws. It cannot be at variance with the national laws. When it is, then there is a fundamental problem. And I'm sure that is the reason why the leader, Chief Alhaji Sumana, is here, because he is a member of the party, because he is a party picking, to put in context. He has said this issue is an issue of familial solutions. So if the party can do, it's a human law, it can be corrected. So the APC still has the chance to go back to the drawing board and correct it in the best interest of Sierra Leone and in the best interest of the political party as an institution. Thank you very much.
The question has already been answered by one of the lawyers of Chief Sumana.
When the draft of the 2022 Constitution was put out, I wrote a letter warning the party of the discriminatory effect of that particular clause and its unconstitutionality, and advised that they remove that particular addition to that clause, that they have to go in conformity with Section 41 of the Sierra Leone 1991 Constitution Act number 6. But they renege on that. So it is for them, I warn them that in the future, this particular clause will cause legal challenges for the party. And we are there now. With respect to the question regarding him taking the decision of the court with respect to the case of Alhaji Chief Sumana versus the Attorney General and Victor Fo, not versus APC. And the decision of the Supreme Court is clear. They rule within the premise of what they brought before them. Sumana is saying that Section 50 and 51, which gives the electorate are the ones that elect the president and the vice president. And there is a prescribed procedure to remove the president. And they have to go to parliament for them to evoke impeachment proceedings. Whilst Alex Koma came with Section 40, sub 1, saying that he has the supreme executive authority. And the court ruled in the premise that in the interest of chaos and the public interest, they cannot even entertain the injunction in removing Victor Fo as vice president, as he has been selected. It will create chaos. In the interest of peace, they rule against him. However, they even mentioned in that ruling, notwithstanding that the party had not addressed his appeal, which is within the 30 days period that Section 811 in the appeal section gives him the right to appeal within the 30 days period. He had appealed on the 26th. His expulsion was on the 6th of March 2015. He appealed 20 days within that period. Up till today, it has not been heard. Having said that, even when he was served the reinstatement letter, he paid all his dues from 2016 to 2023, including till 2024 and 2025. He even went further to pay his flag bearer fee. Can a non-member pay a fee for them to, they did not reject, neither say, oh, you are not a member. They did not do that. By their conduct itself, they have acknowledged the fact that his expulsion was unlawful and and he has been reinstated with all his rights. Thank you very much.
All right, so it's very appears as if there will not be any obstacle. Bakar.
Yes, I think considering the fact that they have just highlighted some important
portions of the law,
which has to do with him paying a full membership of the party since 2016. That's an interesting one.
Yes. Very, very.
That has not been brought up by the APC, neither been mentioned any of programs. And if an individual paid up his membership or any dues into the party, I think there should be some sort of consideration.
Exactly. It's very forward-looking here. Let's just listen to another answer here from one of our colleagues, Marion from Epic Radio.
Let me say, I've already mentioned that we have tendered our documents to the PPRC. So we don't want to prejudice anything here. So good for that. Madam, Epic Radio, very interesting. I was even listening to your station this morning. One of such people, John Koroma, and clearly elucidated some of the issues about Sam Sumana. And I have to say to you that I don't blame you, you're a very busy person.
Sorry.
I'm sure you don't have time for a lot of social media here and there. But I've mentioned this in the past in several quarters that I did not form the C4C. I never went to PPRC or sent anyone. It was after C4C was formed that I was called upon by my people, and that is Sierra Leoneans, that they see that leadership in me to end the C4C. After the elections, well, I told them, in my father's mansion, there are many rooms. For I shall go and prepare a place for you, and I shall call you C4C to come in the APC house for us to dwell. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you take any responsibility in all of this that led to your removal?
You know, like I said earlier, life is not a smooth path. You dine with people, and there's something else. I'm a lover of reggae music. And the great Robert Nelson Marley said, "Some will eat and drink with you, and behind they also call you." The very people that I dine with and call them my own were the very ones that became the Brutuses against me. But yet, when the day of reckoning came, he came up and said, all we do talk about Chief Sam Sumana and Allah will lie. I have seen judgments on that, and I've pardoned them. We are all brothers and sisters. All is nothing, it's vanity. It makes my CV more richer and tells you my level of tolerance, as I mentioned to you, and my level of endurance, as I mentioned to you. And the other aspect of your question, the second part, what is the guarantee, as I mentioned? Say, I'll see tomorrow. I'm here, maybe I will not see 8 p.m. If my maker says, calls me, I'm out. But I want justice to be real. And I want to work for what this man stood for. And what this man did, he was incarcerated for his ideology. And that's what's in my DNA. It's not an issue of me becoming president, not to power, say I forbid power, president. But power get your ideas, for see how the country for good and sin. But me, Sam Sumana, feels there should be justice for everyone. Some people will frown at me. These people don't like you still fashion there. I say, once you go ask me, Papa, let the spirit not slap me because that day left me. I am sorry, but in an APC, we are born Thomas, we are live Thomas, and I will die Thomas.
If you want to bring peace to the party, as you did state, that Mohamed Bangura and others, you bring them to the party. Do you want to wait till you're given the platform to run as the flag bearer before you bring everybody on board? Or have you taken any step at all to bring peace to the party? That's one. I have a pregnant question. And my second question, the previous speaker, or before the previous speaker, did ask if you are not fortunate to be given the flag, would you support the party? Now, we've seen in 2018 and 2023, of which I happen to be the technical lead to the campaign manager. You were really not much visible in that campaign. And I can understand why. Because you were still fighting to be recognized as an APC person after you have submitted your application to be readmitted or reinstated into the party. You were not much visible. Are we going to see the same thing in an event that you deny the flag bearer at the next National Delegates Conference? Because as it is now, we have over 20-something aspirants, including your very self, and I hope that that clot is expunged so that it will be a level playing field for everyone. Out of 20-something aspirants, the chances are very slim in this convention for anyone to claim victory if we go on a level playing field as we're hoping. What if you do not emerge? Would you support the party wholeheartedly? Would we see you campaign alongside whoever will emerge? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'll start with your last question, which I had already shed light on from the question that you referred to. I had mentioned that to me all is vanity, but respect for the next person is very important. The respect for me and the respect of my own people is very important. If we have to go back, like I mentioned, that there was an agreement between the APC and the Kono Progressive Movement, the Civil Progressive Movement, and on the 24th of October 1964, between Shaka Province Stevens and Tambasongo Brewer, which the APC has never adhered to. I have to say to you that in my own domain, we have one person at a time that will stand out as the leader of Kono land. And it was Tambasongo Brewer then came Eabu Kroma. Today the lot has fallen on me. I have the moral responsibility to protect the integrity of my people. And that is why I'd asked that they should do what they were supposed to do. And at that time, in the 2023 elections, for the 2023 election, you never saw me because presidential aspirant, Dr. Samura Kamara, in a meeting held at my house with all of the, almost 90% of the executive and his campaign team, he agreed that the next day they would issue my letter of reinstatement, which never saw daylight. And my people gave me the message. They say if you don't get a letter, they don't come help. So who than me for go against the daddy and mommy there? I want their blessing. That's why he never saw me. When I gave him my piece of advice, I didn't think that my friend and brother would refer to us each other. We call each other commonly as Kamalo, Kamalo. He calls me Kamalo, I call him Kamalo. And then that could have been resolved. But still, I'm sure he said something to me which I know will put in a public domain. To me, he is my friend and my brother. So when you ask about me going out to campaign, citing one or two people, I will not resolve. Let justice prevail. Let us be respected for who we are, not some people's Congress. It should be all people's Congress. And that integrity, by earning that integrity, because election is numerical. It has to be number-based. Every vote counts. You cannot say it's a particular region or district. It has to be the whole country. So if we say it's the whole country, let us nationalize APC. And when we shall have nationalized APC, even I become the flag bearer or not, you go see me the map and Tamont carry campaign and give my support to what he taught me to be. And What was the other question again? You said your question was pregnated. I answered.
What steps have you taken?
Okay, in the area of peace.
Electoral justice.
Before the EJ came into effect, we had what was called tripartite, and it's ongoing. You will recall that before the tripartite report came in June last year, there was all this commotion of chaos, etc., that was looming around, as if the country was seething with violence again. What did I do? In my capacity as a former statesman, or as a statesman, so to speak, and also in my capacity as a global peace ambassador for the declaration of peace and cessation of wars in the world, which I am one of 25 people in the world, I cannot give peace a chance or preach peace somewhere else and I don't give peace in my backyard. It will be hypocritical on my part. What did I do? Before the due date of the tripartite report, I went to the Independent Commission and asked them that I don't want us to have a knee-jerk reaction. What is happening now in the social media and what the party in governance, they are now mooting, it's not good for us. If I can be used by your organization, I'm ready to be part of you to preach peace. I proceeded to the Interreligious Council and met with them. And I explained to them that once upon a time, you stood in front of the barrier just to mitigate peace for us in this country. And I smelled unrest. And sensing unrest, I want you to intervene so that there will be peace. I further to the chairman of Council of Paramount Chiefs so that he can disseminate that message to his rest of his membership or our traditional leaders. And I spoke also to Dr. Samura Kamara. I went to his house very early in the morning and I talked to him. He's my friend, he's my brother. And I talked to him, I preached peace to him. Not to do or die. We have to be careful. Looking at what had happened when they stormed this house the other day for August 26th, and I advised that we should give this a chance. And that's the same thing. I continue to do that in my own backyard. You are my witness. You know what happened? The very people that were so much there as the Caesars of my life. You saw them dining with me. You saw me visiting them. You saw us in pictures. You saw us in all pleasantries. I'll continue to give this a chance. For peace is the foundation for development. Thank you.